All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about a massive shift happening in technology right now as we speak. You might think you know what it means to build software, but I'm telling you, AI isn't just changing the rules, it's completely tearing up the playbook.
And check this out. This isn't some future prediction. That's a quote from Boris Cherny, the guy who actually leads the team, building one of the most powerful AI coding tools on the planet. He's shipping code every single day, dozens of changes, all of it written by AI. This isn't theory, it's happening.
So how on earth did we get here so quickly? Well, it all starts with this one kind of wild idea. For a growing number of people in the know, the actual physical act of typing out code is basically becoming a solved problem. Let me show you what I mean.
4%. Right now, that's the percentage of all public code commits on GitHub that are being written by this one AI tool. Now, 4% might not sound like a huge number at first, but just think about that for a second. That is a massive footprint for a single tool, and that's only the code we can see. Imagine what's happening inside private companies.
What this really means is that all the tedious stuff, the little details of programming, getting the syntax just right, writing the same boilerplate code over and over, all those dependency nightmares, AI is starting to just handle it. And people like Boris are saying they've never had more fun at work because they're freed up to think about the big picture. What problems are we actually solving? So what's the magic behind all this? It's not just a fancy chatbot. No, we are talking about the rise of something totally new, the AI agent. Basically, your new AI coworker.
And the key difference here is between talking and doing. Let me give you an analogy. It's like this. A regular chatbot is like an assistant who can look up a restaurant's phone number for you. Pretty helpful, right? But an AI agent, that's an assistant who takes the number, calls the restaurant, and actually books a table for you. It doesn't just give you info, it takes action. It uses your tools to get things done.
And the process itself is so simple, it's brilliant. You just give it a goal, something high level like, hey, can you fix this bug, or add a sign-up button to the homepage. The agent then thinks, makes a step-by-step plan, grabs the tools it needs, like a code editor, and just does it. But here's where it gets really, really interesting. The AI isn't just waiting around for you to give it a task anymore. At places like Anthropic, their AI agent is starting to act like a real proactive teammate. It's sifting through user feedback, looking at bug reports, and then coming to the team and saying, hey, you know what? I think we should work on this next. It's becoming a true collaborator.
So when you have a technology that changes the game this much, it's obviously going to change how we work. Let's talk about the new rules and what it really means to go from being a coder to what we might call a builder.
Yeah, the title software engineer is already starting to feel a little, last generation. We're seeing this new role emerge, the builder. It's less about being in the weeds, writing every single line of code, and way more about being the architect. You're the one guiding the AI, designing the overall system, and keeping your eyes locked on what the user actually needs.
Now just look at this chart. This is nuts. At Anthropic, since they've adopted this AI-driven workflow, the productivity per person has tripled, a 200% increase. We used to get excited about productivity gains of a few percentage points. This isn't just an improvement, it's a total phase shift in what one person or a small team can build.
And because the AI makes building so much more accessible, those old, rigid job titles are starting to just melt away. On teams like this, the designer isn't just making mock-ups, they're implementing their own ideas. The product manager can spin up a quick prototype to test a theory, everyone gets to be a builder, and it creates these super fast, super effective teams. To really get your head around just how big this is, we gotta zoom out and look at history. This isn't just another tool. This is more like the invention of the printing press, a fundamental change in how we create and share things. We often think that people in the past resisted new technology, right? But the scribes back in the 1400s, they were actually thrilled about the printing press. Why? Because it automated the absolute worst part of their job, manually copying books word for word. It freed them up to do more creative work like illustrations and bookbinding. Sound familiar? That is exactly what's happening with coding today.
So here's the parallel, and it is crystal clear. The printing press broke the bottleneck of manual scribes, and the result was mass literacy. Suddenly, way more people could read. Today, AI agents are breaking the bottleneck of manual coding, and it's leading to what you could call mass builderacy, the ability for anyone, not just an expert, to build software.
And that's really the heart of it. The power to create, to build tools, to solve problems with software is being democratized. It's moving from the hands of a small group of specialists into the hands of, well, everyone.
Okay, so this is all really exciting, but let's get practical. What does this mean for you today?
how do you actually prepare for this new world and not just survive, but thrive? Let's break down 3 key things you can do. First, stop thinking in a silo. Be a generalist. The people who will win are the ones who can think across product, design, and engineering. Second, you have to experiment. Constantly. Jump into these new tools. Play with them. Break them. And third, here's a pro tip. Always use the best, most capable AI model you can get your hands on. Trying to save a couple of bucks with a weaker model is a trap. It'll just end up costing you more time and frustration.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. When the power to build software becomes as easy as just having a conversation, what gets unlocked? What new ideas, what incredible solutions, what amazing new things are we all going to build? The tools are here. The only limit now is our imagination.